Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children, welcome to our online class E-Kalaiva. Today we are going to see class 8, the subject is biology, the topic name is plant kingdom. The topic name is plant kingdom. See, in this topic already we saw the first session about the thallus algae. We saw that the futures of algae and many things is their habitat, everything we saw that. No, in this topic we have to see reproduction of algae. See, algae are making the 3 types of the reproduction they are doing. How many? 3 types of the reproductions are there in the algae. What are the 3 types means? One is the vegetative reproduction, another one is the asexual reproduction, and then sexual reproduction. First we have to know what does mean vegetative, what does mean asexual, and then sexual. Okay. Vegetative reproduction. What does the vegetative reproduction means? We know very well, if a plant means that has the flower, it has the flower. Okay. The flower having the anther and then stigma. Anther is the male part of the flower, and then it has the ovule. Ovule is the female part of the flower. So this the anther joined into the stigma. The anther producing the pollen grain. Pollen grain is the reproductive cell. So this cell enter into the stigma. It is the stigma. Stigma is the female part. Okay. If it is in this pollen enter into the stigma, this stigma having the hole, then this pollen slowly travel through the stigma tube. After that it enter into that ovule. Ovule mean it the female and male, the pollen and then female both are joined together. It is means fusion. It is called the fusion. Then they make a 2n zygote. 2n zygote. Actually this 2n zygote is called the embryo. It is actually called the embryo. Embryo means we know very well it is the fertilized sheets. We know that no, that is the embryo. Actually the male cell, female cell, both fuse together, then they making the embryo. 2n zygote means that is the asexual reproduction. As usual, reproductions means plant reproduction means we know very well about this reproduction method. Is it or not? So 2 cells join together, it makes one embryo, means that is this embryo then it is a form a seeds. Then seeds after the germinated it can grow like a new baby plant. This baby plant again grown like a big tree. No, this is the usually we know the reproduction method. See, apart from this means some plants they didn't have the flower. Flower means the reproductive part is not there, but they are producing. How they are producing means in the body part of the plant is there. No, what is the body part of the plant? We know very well, this is the stem. The stem having the leaf, and then it is the root part, then it has the flowers like that. The body part, no. Some plants can make, the leaf can make a new, it can make new plant, the new separation. Okay. As well as some root of the plants can make a new plant. So apart from the reproductive cell, some plants can make the new plant with their body parts, means that is called the vegetative reproduction. Are you clear? If the plant not having the reproductive organs, they can make the other body part can make the new living organism, means like this reproductions are called vegetative reproduction. Clear? So this is the reproduction, vegetative. This vegetative reproduction, how they happening in the algae. Algae how are doing the vegetative reproduction means fragmentation. It is called fragmentation. What is fragmentation? You know that, no? See, here they given the example is Spirogyra. Spirogyra organism is the example for the fragmentation reproduction. What is fragmentation means? If they are having the, actually this is the structure of the Spirogyra, they are having the filament structure. See, they didn't have, we cannot differentiate it as the root, stem, there is nothing is there, no. So how they reproduce, how they are making, how they are multiplying means the body part they are fragmented. Fragmented means they are divided into small pieces. Okay, this is This each and every part of the body pieces divided into small fragments. The small fragments, they are small, this is actually the small fragments. These fragments can make a whole organism. Like this small piece can make a new filament of the Spirogyra, means that is vegetative reproduction of algae. Clear? This is the example. Spirogyra is the example for the vegetative reproduction of fragmentation process. Fragmentation process means the whole body of the plant, the Spirogyra body. This is the structure of Spirogyra, means the whole body divided into small pieces. This is the fragment, small fragment. Each and every fragment can make a new whole organism. That is vegetative reproduction. Clear? Next topic. Second one is the asexual. What is asexual? I told it has the female and male reproductive cell both joined together make, means that is sexual. So, but they didn't have the separation vegetative male cell and female cell, means that type of the sexual reproductions are called asexual reproduction. Asexual means okay, you can say vegetative and asexual both are no sex cells, means no, vegetative means the body parts can make the plant divided and they can make one organism, but sexual means they having the reproductive cell, but the cell didn't have the differentiate. We cannot differentiate it is whether it is a male cell or female cell. Commonly they having the reproductive cell, that is called the spore formation. Spore means actually a small things are making. It is the spore. This spore can make some whole organism, means they can form one organism, means that is asexual. Asexual means male cell, female cell, no different is there. Okay, it makes only the spore. This spore can make a organism. So, a reproductive asexual cell is there, but it has no different. So, this spore can make the organism, means that is the asexual. What is the example for algae? Means Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is the example. They can make a spores. Spores means like a small, it is the plant body, means the small buds like things they can make. The small buds will fall down after that this spore. The spore can grow a new like a organism. Okay, this is the asexual reproduction. Then third one is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, as usual, we know very well about that. They have the female male cell and then female cell. Okay, both joined together make a zygote. That is the sexual reproduction. Clear? Then what is the example? Means Spirogyra and Chara. These two example for that algae, they are doing the sexual reproduction. Clear? So, reproductions of alga, they have three types. What are the means? Vegetative. Vegetative means the body part, okay, that make one organism, that is the vegetative. The algae are doing the fragmentation process. Example is Spirogyra. Next one, asexual. Asexual means they can make a spores. The spores fell down into the soil. After that, it can make a new, make a new plant. Example, Chlamydomonas. Then sexual reproduction. As usual, male cell and female cells fuse together. It make a zygote. Then embryo can make a new plant. That is the example for Spirogyra and Chara. Next, classification of algae based on the pigments. Based on the pigments, we know very well algae already we saw there. Algae are having the chlorophyll. Algae is having the chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? Actually, chlorophyll is a green pigment. Chlorophyll is a green pigment. See, chlorophylls are green pigment. We know very well about that. See, see here. Many plants looking like a green color, but very few plants looking some other colors, for example red, green and then brown, like that. No, why means this is the reason that plants instead of the chlorophyll they having some other pigments. Based on the pigments they having like this colors on the plants. Clear? as well as algae is also having the some other pigments. So apart from the green color, we can find the some other algae also. If a water bodies means we can find the some other color, some colors of the algae. Why means they are having the, instead of the chlorophyll they have some other pigments. Based on the pigments here we can see 4 type of the algae. What are they means? One is the blue green algae. One is the blue green algae. Second one is the green algae. Second one is the green algae. Third one is the brown algae, and then fourth red algae. Fourth one is red algae. What are they? Based on the pigments, algae are 4. What are they? Blue green, green, brown, red. Clear? Okay. Why some algae are looking like a blue green color means they, instead of the chlorophyll, they having the phycocyanin pigment. What they have? Phycocyanin pigment. That's why these algae are looking like blue green. Clear? What is the example for the blue green algae means? Cyanophyceae. Cyanophyceae is the example for the blue green algae. Okay. What is the food material? If a plant having green pigment, chlorophyll means they preparing the glucose, after that it converted into starch. Okay. Their food material is starch. They are storing like a starch formation. But they didn't have chlorophyll. They have phycocyanin. No. Oh, okay. What is the food material for their means? They reserve their food material as a cyanophycean starch. As a cyanophycean starch. Clear? Next one is the green algae. As usual, green algae we know that it is a chlorophyll. It has the green pigment chlorophyll. So it looks like a green color. The example for that, Chlorophyceae. Chlorophyceae is the example for the green algae. Okay. What is the food material? How they are stored means in the form of as usual starch. Clear? Next one is the brown algae. Brown algae means it looks like a brown color. Example for Phenophyceae. Okay. What is the pigment is present there? Instead of the chlorophyll, what pigment is there means? Fucoxanthin. Fucoxanthin. This is the pigment is present instead of the chlorophyll. Okay. That is the reason this fucoxanthin looking like a brown algae. They are looking like a brown color because instead of a chlorophyll they have fucoxanthin. Okay. What is the food material they have means? Laminaria starch and mannitol. They have the food material laminaria starch and mannitol. Okay. What is the fourth one we can see here? It is the red algae. Last one is the red algae. What is the example means? Rhodophyceae. Rhodophyceae. Okay. See, phycoerythrine. Erythrine means, we know that erythrine means it symbolizes the red color. In our RBC cells we know that no, RBC means red blood cells, we know that. Okay. It also called the erythrine. Okay. So red means erythrine. So phycoerythrine, it has the red color pigment. That's why they are looking like a red color. Okay. What is the food reserved food material is fluoridation starch. Fluoridation starch. Okay. This is the 4 types of the algae based on their pigments. Clear? Next one we have to see the economic importance of algae. Economic importance of algae. How the algae are useful in our daily uses, in some other uses we have to see. See, economic importance, it is the 6 uses are there. Okay. First 2, one is the food. First one we have to see the food. Second one is the agriculture. See, food. Food means we know that in some countries they are using the algae as a food. Who's using means Japanese and England as well as Indian people. They are using this algae as a food. What is the example for this means? Ulva, spirulina, chlorella, these are all used as a food. Okay. See, some algae are used as a domestic animals food. Domestic animals means we know that no, animals which living near our house, they are domestic. Okay. we can say the cow and donkey, like this animals we can sheep those. Okay. So thus some algae are used as a food of domestic animals. What does this means? There as well as Laminaria and as well as Ascophyllum. These are used as a food. Next one is the agriculture. See, algae are very useful in the agriculture. How they are useful in the agriculture means we know very well the blue-green algae. Blue-green algae. Is it or not? What does mean? Nostoc. Nostoc is called the blue-green algae. Okay, how they are helpers means, see, they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. We know very well nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation means some legume plants, they having, we know that now some legume plants having the root. This roots having the root nodules. That root nodules, some blue-green algae as well as bacteria can live in this root nodules. This root nodules, the blue-green algae as well as bacteria can live here. What they are doing means they absorbing atmospheric nitrogen. They absorbing atmospheric nitrogen and then fix it into the soil. So it is called the nitrogen fixation process, isn't it? Why the nitrogen is important means we know very well plants or need the NPK. What is NPK? Nitrogen, potash, phosphorus. These three minerals are very important for growing plants. Is it or not? So some plants cannot get the nitrogen from the atmosphere. That's why they are getting like this. How means using some bacteria. They are allowing some bacteria and blue-green algae grow into the root nodules. This algae and bacteria help to absorbing the nitrogen from the atmosphere, then they fix it into the soil. This nitrogen is used to the plants. Okay, this is the way algae are useful to the agricultural field. Clear? What the example is Nostoc and Anaphina. Both are useful to this nitrogen fixation process. Clear? Next one, agar-agar. Agar-agar means it is the one of the algae. See, this agar-agar is mostly used in the laboratories. Laboratories means in the biological laboratories, they are making the tissue culture method and then cloning method. Cloning, we know that now cloning means if you are getting one cell from other organism means we can grow that cell in the artificially in the lab. Is it or not? So like this in the laboratory process they are using the agar-agar as a medium of the growth of the medium for that organisms. Okay. So this tissue culture and cloning method they are using this agar-agar for their medium. Clear? See some red algae and then what is the red algae means? Gelidium and Gracilaria. They are used to prepare the growth of laboratories medium. This agar-agar is used to making the tissue culture process and cloning method as a medium. Clear? And then iodine. Iodine is obtained from the brown algae. The brown algae is giving the iodine. Okay. Iodine we know very well. Iodine is very important to our body because iodine is secreted by our thyroid gland. In our neck part, if our neck part we have the thyroid gland here, it's secreting the thyroid. The thyroid is secreting here iodine. This iodine is very important for our metabolism process. Okay, it is very important for our protein synthesis metabolism process. If the metabolism process, if the thyroid problem is there means they are getting the lot of the diseases. No. So this metabolism process they need the iodine. This iodine we get from the brown algae. Example is the laminaria is the we are getting the iodine from this laminaria. Next one is the algae in space travel. Algae is in space travel. We know very well algae in the space travel means the some in the space travels they are using the algae as a food. We know very well if they are traveling in the spaces means they cannot get the food and as well as they cannot let out the wastes. So they are using this algae for as a food and then used to get out the wastes. Same Chlorella pyrenoides. It is used as a space travel, get rid of carbon dioxide as well as the human wastes. See, if they are traveling, they cannot get rid from the wastes. For example, we know that we are wasting the many things. We are excreting many things. What is that? Carbon dioxide is the one of the wastes, and then on the human wastes, urine, motion, like that. No, this is get rid from the using of this algae. What algae means? Chlorella pyrenoides. It used to get rid from the wastes in the space traveling. Clear? Next one is the SCP. What does SCP means? Single cell protein. It is called the SCP. See, some single cell algae. We saw there the forms of algae. Algae are many algae. We saw there the single celled. Okay. The body is made up of single cell. Like this single cell algae are used as a protein content. It has the lot of the protein content, so it is used as a single cell protein. Then the blue green algae also used to produce the protein. Protein is very important to our body. We know that because it does help us to build our body. So this protein we can obtain from the algae. What does that means? Blue green algae and chlorella, like that. This is the uses of the algae. Thank you children. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and we will receive our latest updates. Thank you.